Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Valhalla Sports Talk is live with the SKOL Report and the 2020 NFL Draft. My name is Jeff Cran, aka the Mad Viking, and tonight we've got live sports content. The 2020 NFL Draft is coming to our televisions. Trying times here. We've gone like it feels like a year, but it's been like 2 months where we haven't had any kind of live sports content on the television, and here we are. We're going to have something that actually has an effect on real sports coming back to our televisions after this CV-19 horse shit is completed. So hopefully we get some folks to come in here and participate tonight. I'm crazy excited. Unbelievable excited that we've got something going on tonight that should be entertaining for us. We've already got some folks in the chat here. I've seen Richard Allen check in, Mile High Sports. Also, Todd from my fantasy league, the Dynasty League, has checked in. So welcome, Todd. I've seen already 2 subscribers pop in. So this shit's exciting, man. I'm already about 6 beers in, so it could be a train wreck. But we're going to get this thing going, and we're about 15 minutes away, I guess, from this thing starting. So it's fun. I can't wait. Todd in the chat, just to start it out, asks, what direction am I hoping my Vikings go in this draft? This is a weird year for my Vikes, man. I mean, going into the off season, I thought we're headed for an absolute full rebuild, and we sit there and Diggs starts being the diva biatch that he is, and he forces his way out, and we get some picks from it. So I guess we'll see how that turns out. But I'm thinking we've got 2 picks in the first here. I'm thinking they probably need to go offensive linemen first. But I think one of those big 4 wide receivers is going to drop too, and one of those QBs is going to drop as well. So I'm hoping that at least with one of those 2, we can drop down and get a couple second round picks, because there is huge talent in that 40 to 60 range in this draft. So we'll see what they do. Hopefully everything checks out. Todd laughs at my Diggs content. How does the audio sound? Because I get like a reverb in my headphones. My desktop mic wasn't working for some reason. But do I sound okay? Is there an echo? Todd's one of the members of the Dynasty League that I'm in. It's probably the most complex league that I've ever been in, and I've run leagues for hell since it started, since we did scoring from USA Today, and it's a crazy good group of guys, and we have a lot of fun. But the thing's year round. I mean, you have to be on your toes, or you'll spend your time in the cellar. All right, so Todd says everything sounds good on the audio side. Again, I do want to thank those folks that have already subscribed to the channel. Again, we're trying to grow. We're trying to get to that big 100 number tonight. So I think we can get there. So, I mean, here we go. I'm about 6 beers in already. So I'm a little worried about how this thing looks after about 3 round, or after this round, the first round here. And as far as tomorrow, as far as doing I think they do the 2nd and the 3rd round tomorrow night. I'll probably do a stream for that. What the hell? I ain't got nothing better to do, and we'll see what happens from there. I already got 5 likes on the video, so that's kind of like a record for us this early into the deal. Todd, it's a good day for some beer. That is correct, dude. Obviously, we've all got life things going on right now with this CV-19 thing, and we're trying to, figure what this looks like as we come out of it. I personally lost my job today. I work until May 8th, and then we've been furloughed. Our program has ended, but There's so much worse that could be out there in the world, man. I mean, you either live or die, so you go out there and you find something else to do. So tough deal. Just when you think that things are getting pretty steady and pretty easy, that's when life punches you in the mouth and says that ain't exactly how this is gonna go. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But every day is a good day for beer, especially when you're drinking it out of a Valhalla Tavern um, mug. So I'm pretty proud of that. Cheers to you too, Todd. Cheers to you too, my man. Man, what are you going to do with all your picks in the Dynasty League? I mean, you got, I think you're the one pick, and then you've got picks on top of that. So we'll see what you're going to do there, man. Thanks, Todd. Thanks. I used to have a link where you could buy those. Valhalla Tavern is a shed in my backyard that I've made into like a pub shed. So you can open up the side and it faces out towards the pool, and kind of a good, cool deal. We'll probably be doing Viking games from there if this deal ever gets going again. You got a ton of picks and a ton of ideas. Yeah, I bet. I bet. There's a lot of talent in this draft this year, man. I think on the fantasy side too, there's going to be a lot of guys that contribute right away. I mean, right out the gate. We're currently 7 minutes and 33 seconds away from the start of the draft. Everything I've read or seen here in the last hour and a half, it looks like this one pick is decided. It looks like it's going to be Burrow from Cincinnati going to Cincinnati from LSU. And so we'll see if that checks out like that. And it sounds like the Redskins are hoping to stay pat at number 2 as well. So who else we got the channel today? Make sure you say hello, check in, and let us know that you're there. They're currently showing a picture of the young Mr. Burrow sitting on his couch with his parents, and then a picture of Tua at home in, I believe it's Hawaii, chilling with his family as well. And then Chase Young looks like he's ready to go. The rumors out there are that the Redskins have entertained a number of offers for that number 2 pick, but sounds like they're going to roll with Chase Young at the 2 pick. So it sounds like the 1-2 is pretty much decided. Detroit at 3 looks to be an interesting spot to see if something happens as far as a trade up or any movement of any kind. If there's any moments of silence here, it's because it's kind of just me here doing this deal, but mostly I react to the chat there. Yeah, I agree, Todd. It's going to get very interesting after that 2 pick. The Lions, I don't want them getting Chase Young. I don't want them getting Burrow. And I really don't want them getting Isaiah Simmons, who's my ultimate draft crush in this draft, other than Burrow. I mean, I'd like the Vikes to draft Burrow as well, but I don't think we've got enough beef to go up there and get him. Plus, we just paid Cousins a lot of money, and I mean, people hate on Cousins all day long, but this guy, I personally think he's a top 5 quarterback in this league. Kind of check the stream health here. Make sure we've got everything set up properly. Says she's healthy, so I'm still learning this stuff, so it's a matter of trying to figure out if we're good. I agree, Todd. Didn't I trade 4 Cousins with you? I mean, wasn't he the one I went after? I've been trying to trade out of that 6 pick in our league, man, to move down a little bit and get another second, but no bites, no nibbles. No bites, no nibbles just yet. dog's sitting here underneath my desk here just staring at me. He wants to tear into my soul. I'm not sure what I did wrong or what I haven't done yet. But I took them all out, made sure they got taken care of before this deal started. Is there anyone else in the chat besides Todd here? I thought we had like 4 folks, but Richie was here for a while. He's a local fellow that I know and a big Bronco fan, as I mentioned before. Let's do a little test of our the tones that we'll be hearing throughout the draft here. Fancy. That's bells and whistles, man. You don't get that from just any YouTube channel. Yeah, we're gonna have that all night long. You probably get sick of hearing that. That's all right, Todd. If it's just me and you, we'll figure it out, man. We'll make it happen. I figure some folks, once it started, they'll come in here. Just like TV's wanting to turn off now all of a sudden because it's been 4 hours or something since I've changed the channel or clear that. Yeah, that draft jingle, man, means that we're at least headed on the downhill, headed into the season, right? So let's just hope that we actually do have a season. That's my biggest fear. He's saying that it's just a few minutes now until we start this thing off. So Todd, I'm thinking right now, I was looking the other day, I was thinking you're probably going to be one of the top like 3 favorites to win the league this year. So I mean, this is a huge draft for you, man. Huge draft. Alright, we already got our first error message saying that they're not getting enough information from our stream, so we'll see if it comes out of that. Todd says he's hoping to be the favorite. I just got to find a running back, man. I need any running back that has a pulse and starts. So you've been playing the long game since you gave up Kuechly for your first year when you first got into the league for some future picks. Yeah, I mean, I kind of went. My goal in the league was to just acquire new guys and get contracts, lengthy contracts, right? And have to deal with that every year. And I think I kind of did that last year. So now I've got some pretty good draft capital this year, and I think we'll work from there and see what we can do. But yeah, running backs are everybody's bane. Everybody's looking for a running back. I mean, there's so many teams. It's so different from any other league that even one, you just need one that's like top 8, I think, and then you can be a contender as long as you've got those other spots corrected and you don't get hit by that shocking 80-point game by some defensive player. But yeah, figured out. So we're right at 5 o'clock here. This thing's supposed to kick off. And man, I've got a lot of responsibilities on this deal, and apparently one of them keeps turning off. But I've got to update the draft ticker, and then I've got to put the pick in there. The pick in is in spot. And then I have to find a picture of the player to put in that little other window next to me. So, plus talk to the chat. So, this is a lot of responsibility here while you're drinking beer. Yeah, Todd, I've kind of tried to make it into my own. I mean, I'm a homer. I've always been on the fantasy football side. I always had a bunch of Vikes on my teams. But, yeah, we're gonna try to make some noise this year. That's what makes it fun, though, the juggling and moving the picks around. And My whole goal was just to make a bunch of picks last year, and I did that. I mean, I made. I think at the end of the year, I was looking at 18 or 19 trades total, or something crazy like that. So yeah, we moved around a lot. Yes, the drinking makes it interesting. It's the wild card. It could go extremely south in like a minute. All right, I'm gonna turn down this music that I got going in the background here because I have kind of a hard time hearing the TV. So on this YouTube thing, you can't have music most of the time unless it's royalty-free music, and so they don't necessarily shut your channel down, but they threaten to. And then they also say that your video, you can't gain any kind of benefit from it. Well, I'm a long way from worrying about benefits from my videos because I think I'm approaching 100 subscribers, and you need 1,000 to be vested. So we'll see what happens. Man, I'm watching this, and all I keep thinking is, I hope there's a freaking season this year. I did see some things on Twitter today that the NHL is talking about doing something in July, relaunching this thing, um, and doing it in like having a condensed area where they can go to play one place, and then it's all on video um, instead of with live fans. That's better than nothing. Much better than nothing. So we're currently sitting with 5 viewers in the chat. I'd like to welcome you all to Valhalla Sports Talk SKOL Report, our coverage of the 2020 NFL Draft Player Selection Show. This is obviously something we can't show the coverage on ESPN, but we're just like reacting. We're doing reactions to what's occurring. They're currently showing a view of the Las Vegas Strip. I've never thought I'd see it like that, where you just see no people whatsoever at Caesar's Palace. Um, Todd's an NHL fan. Who's your team in the NHL, Todd? I'm a Los Angeles Kings fan. The only team that I have that's outside of LA is these Vikings, and that's kind of because I was kind of born with that team. But I think what I'm going to do before this thing kicks off, I'm going to step away from the camera for just 1 sec, and I'll be right back. I've drank too much beer, and I have to go pee. That's the that's the honest answer to what's going on here. The Avalanche. All right, Todd. I'll be right back, man. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, so you collect jerseys, Todd, for NHL teams? Let me tell you my NHL story. So I grew up in Los Angeles, and I used to go to the LA Kings games. This is when the Kings were like the doormat of the NHL. So Gretzky and the Oilers would come down there and whoop their ass, and I would go to the games. And we had a player, Dave Tiger Williams, that played for the Kings. And the deal with him, he's the all-time leader in penalty minutes. But the deal with him is when the Kings went down by 3 goals, he would get into a fight. So as soon as they went down by three, you knew that every time that Tiger came off the bench there, he was about to get into a fight, and that's why we went to him. It was a great. I mean, my mother had a friend that had season tickets right on the front row in the corner, and inevitably that's where he'd end up fighting with somebody. So I love the Kings, and man, when they won their championship a few years back, that was a glorious moment. The moment I've been waiting, my whole life for the Vikings to match and finally win that Lombardi Trophy. Go ahead and pause here for the national anthem here. I'm going to come off the mic. Alrighty, we're back. So this is it, man. It's about to start. Hockey is such a different game every decade. That's great with the Kings growing up and seeing them win a couple times this past decade. Yeah, it was, man. That's probably. I mean, the Dodgers when they won their last one, I was probably too young to enjoy it any. And plus, I was in Germany at the time in the army, so I didn't really get to see a lot of that series. And then the Lakers, they've always been good, So we kind of take that thing for granted until recently when it's been a rough patch there. But even then, I mean, we've been spoiled with the Lakers. Mind Milton makes his appearance in the casa. How you doing? How you doing, Milton? So what we're doing tonight, Milton, is we're doing a live stream for the reactions to the NFL draft. Milton, a friend from work, we play some Call of Duty together. Um, Good, smart guy. Follow his channel if you're into that airsoft thing. If you like, he does some really good videos on some airsoft stuff that he does, where they go out and play war games and shoot at each one another, and really cool. Wilton says he's living the dream. That's what we're all doing, man. That's what we're all doing. Tough day for some of us today, but you know, I was telling somebody earlier in our fantasy league in a text message thread that you know you either live or you die. Die. I mean, those are the two choices you got sometimes. So I'm gonna go ahead and find something else to do and try to skip that whole die-in business. Currently showing 5 viewers in the chat. Go ahead and check some of the social media feeds here. See if we got any folks coming this way. So I mean, it just seems like a foregone conclusion that Cincinnati's going to take Burrow here, which is, man, that's a. I mean, he's like I've mentioned in a number of videos before. He's kind of one of my two or three draft crushes in this draft. And but man, I mean, he was projected to be a seventh round pick going into the college season last year, and then he just comes out of nowhere and wins this national championship. And some either the Bengals are going to reap the rewards of that, or it's going to set him back 6 years. Um, throwing all your eggs in that one basket. But they lost the most games last year, worst records, so they're going to go and see what they can do. It sounds like. Milton says I should do YouTube full time. Yeah, I've watched your video about how well it pays. Zero. We got to get to 1,000, man. We got to figure out how we're going to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can at least get a couple duckies every month to pay for new equipment or buy that little trinket, extra lighting, something. So Dr. Fauci makes his appearance on the NFL draft. Like we haven't heard enough of that shit at this point. Man, I hope there's a season. Checking my messages on my phone here. Looks like the Beach Buffaloes checked in. Maybe they'll be checking into the stream here pretty quick. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think in the chat there? I mean, is there going to be a point in the next year where we have stadiums full of people? I just, I don't know. The more I look at the numbers and things, I just think at some point we're going to just say, screw it and let's go for it and see what happens. But I don't know if that's the right answer or the wrong answer, but so they got old Trey Wingo in the ESPN studio doing his deal, and then they show the group of cameras that they have in different locations. 60 cameras, Zoom, and all that. Those programs are do well. So Todd checks into the chat and says, "I don't see full stadiums happening until March of 2021." You're probably right, dude. I mean, because there's so much. It's such a sue happy society, right? So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know how on your standard ticket for a sporting event now you're sitting there and they've got the disclaimer and you waive your rights to all this stuff. That's what I see happening, where they'll open it up and kind of let the individual fan decide what kind of risks they're willing to take to attend a sporting event. But that probably sounds, that time frame, March of 2021, is probably pretty close. Pretty close. What a difference, though. I mean, you see these like execs for the teams, and they're sitting there in a corner, basically like I am, you know, and that's how they're going to make their selection. Where they used to be in the pomp and glitz of whatever city they were in. Especially this year, it was supposed to be Vegas. I mean, this was supposed to be the deal, man. I was going to go, and now these kids they're not going to be able to meet the commissioner. They're not going to be able to shake his hand, get their moment on the stage. Just who saw this 3 months ago that this type thing was going to occur? Yeah, Todd, they're a ticket will probably be the size of an 8 by 10. There'll be so many disclaimers on it. So here we go. They're booing the commissioner. That was tradition, and now he's begging for more. Yeah, you boo me till you turn blue in the face as long as I'm making 42 million a year. That's his basement. It looks better than my living room. Here we go. This is it. Let's go. So now, does Cincinnati take the full? I think they get 10 minutes before they make a selection, or do we hit them chimes? I wonder what kind of capital they were offered for folks to move up here. Two number ones at least. I know Miami was trying to move up, or the rumor was anyway. Were the bags on the heads a Bengal thing, or they were a Brown thing? There's old Burrow, that young man. I like this. I mean, I really like this kid's confidence. Um, I watched him a lot last year playing his games, and I just love this dude. I mean, I literally think he is the number one pick in the NFL draft, and I think he's going to be that. Um, just hope he gets in the right situation. So much of this is what position, what situation you get into, who's your coach, um, what kind of organization you're followed by. I think he would be so perfect for the Vikings going forward, but I don't think that's going to happen. Single season records for offensive yards, total touchdown passes, or total touchdowns and passing touchdowns. Just owned it all. So here's our draft panel of experts there. You got Kuiper and Booger Farland and Michael Irvin. Kuiper and I usually don't agree. Him and I don't usually match up. But he's making a living, making hundreds of thousands, while I'm currently looking for work. The interesting thing when you see Kuiper now is that there was quite the rivalry firing up between him and that guy Mayock that ended up getting signed as the GM of the Raiders. Talking about how you look for traits for quarterbacks. They're asking Warner, who's a pretty good person to ask about that. I think he came out of nothing and made it to the NFL. No party for Burrow at the house there, man. It's literally just him and Ma and Pa. He's all business. I mean, everything I've seen about him, he's that ultimate. Um, I'm not going to say it's like Manziel cockiness, but he's got confidence in his game, and it's not, I don't think it comes over as overbearing. It comes across to me as just somebody that really believes what he's thinking. Um, and it's gonna be fun to watch what he becomes in the NFL. Lewis Riddick giving his comments now. They're saying currently Cincinnati has 5:24 remaining on the clock for the first pick. And then I'm going to have to go to work. I have to do some stuff, change some names, put some stuff in, make sure I've spelled things right. Ultimate pressure here. What's the Cincinnati guy got his wife over there grilling something for him, or what the hell was going on there? Irvin shows up with his 3 Super Bowl trophies behind him. Yeah, Todd, I really like him, dude. I on the Manziel thing, he was like my draft crush that year, dude. I was livid. I was driving home from work when we passed up on him, and he was still on the board, and I was like, "What are we doing?" Well, that's why I'm not the NFL GM of any team because I was in love with that dude. Do you think they're going with Burrow here, Todd? Do you think they're going to draft him? I mean, I think they are. It's pretty obvious. Hometown kid. Seems like a no-brainer. They kept AJ Green. I mean, I traded him away last year in our league, and yeah, he's going to get drafted by him. So I'm going to look here on NFL.com. I figure I'll follow their draft thing on the website here. That'll at least give me a base to spell the name correctly for for my little graphics package here. Trying to find they usually have a better link to show you what their draft coverage is. But they're doing something for COVID relief. They're currently showing his Heisman Trophy speech, and that was an impressive speech. I thought that was probably when I decided that was a guy that I would probably give up just about anything draft capital wise to get this guy in the purple and gold. But man, that was an exciting game for the NCAA championship game too. That was an absolute butt whooping for for the team they were playing. All right, here we go. The pick is in. There it is. Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU Tigers. So let's go ahead and update our graphics here. Okay, so that's one's done. Let's do the pick is in. Oops, that ain't gonna work. Okay, and then we gotta find his picture so we can make him famous, right? Alrighty, there we go. So we made it through the first pick. We lost our ticker. There it is, Todd. Right. We got our first pick. Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU. Going through some of his stats right now. Round one, pick one for the Bengals of Cincinnati. They show a shot of his coach at LSU. Joe puts on that Bengals hat. His number one pick overall in the 2020 NFL Draft. Kind of feel bad for him here, man, as far as not being able to step up on that stage. Something you dream about your whole life, and some unknown thing just pops up. But man, he's an exciting player. I'm excited for them. Glad he's not in the NFC Central. They were talking earlier about like players that they reminded him of, and I don't know, the one that I keep coming back to is McMahon of the Bears. Look at that. I mean, they're showing highlights right now, and just a drop in the bucket to his wideouts in the end zone there. They got their franchise quarterback. Exciting time, I guess, to be a Bengal fan. Like a reboot. If you're a younger Bengal fan, you got to be pretty excited because I think he's going to do something. So down below, we've got our social media scrolling by there. Please, like us, subscribe, follow, whatever you have to do on the different versions there. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel here on Valhalla Sports Talk, we obviously ask you to do that as well. Help our channel grow. So I can get this little graphic thing ready for the next pick. And we think that it's going to be Mr. Young, right? And I'm just begging right here for the Redskins to take him because I do not want him getting to Detroit at 3. Currently interviewing Mr. Burrow on screen there. Man, guys, we've got live sports going on right now, of some kind anyway. Alrighty, we got another subscriber. Jarek joins the ranks of Valhalla Sports Talk. I like to thank you, sir. Big Valhalla shout out. Thank you so much. Angel Grant says, "Yeah, my team got Joe Burrow. Man, I'm jealous. I wanted him wear this jersey right here." But congratulations to the Bengals fans out there, man. I really like this kid, man. I think he's going to be something. I think he's going to. I just like him. I mean, he's just. He doesn't seem overhyped to me. He doesn't seem underhyped. He just seems just right, and I think he's going to be fun to look at. Todd, who's in the channel two, um, in one of my fantasy leagues, it's going to be tough for me, man, not to pick this guy. I'm not going to lie. Even where I'm sitting right now, it's part of the reason I was wanting to trade down, but um, it could be the pick at 6 for me in that dynasty league. Oh, sorry about that, Gant. Angel Gant. My bad, sir. But thank you again for subscribing to the channel. Welcome to Fall Sports Talk, new channel here. The SKOL Report is what you're watching right now, and we're just doing a little live stream of the draft this evening, talking about the picks, talking about what we see. But man, as a Bengal fan, you got to be pretty happy. No problem, man. Crack a brew, crack a soda pop, crack a sarsaparilla, whatever you like, and chill back and let's watch this first round, see what happens. There was some talk about an hour ago, Angel, that they were going to that Miami was trying hard to move up. Okay, here we got another pick coming in, right? Alrighty, so I got some work to do. Chase Young gets picked by the Redskins at number 2. So much responsibility, man. Okay, and we'll change our graphic here as well. There we go. We're caught up. We're caught up. Jarek Abiza checks in, says enjoying a nice cold one on this draft. Niner Empire. So a 49er fan comes in, checks in on the chat. Welcome to the channel, sir. Valhalla shout out to you, sir. Chase Young celebrating at home tonight after he's picked in the league. And I'm so glad he did not end up in the NFC Central. They're comparing him to Clowney right now. I think Young. I don't know. It's all a prediction. It's all a guess, and half these guys bust. But I don't know. I like Young better than I like Clowney coming out of college. Clowney, I think, has always been just shy of what you'd kind of expect from him. He's an absolute monster, and I think he should dominate. But I don't know that he does that. So I mean, you've got the Redskins now. They got Haskins last year. They added that linebacker who also happens to be a member of the Fighting Emojis. But I mean, they're kind of building a team there too. It's just a matter of that owner getting the hell out the way. Angel Gant asks if I missed his last content. Oh, you were about to go to sleep and forgot about the draft for today. Not me, bro. Man, this is the only thing I've been looking forward to, sports wise, man, for a month. So, no way was I gonna miss it. Yeah, not me. I wasn't about to fall asleep. I've been trying to clear the runway around the house. I fed the dogs an hour early. Told the wife to get the hell out of the way. But yeah, no falling asleep for me, man. I'm here for the whole deal. I might have to go, break away to take a leak every now and then because I've drank too many beers already. But so now we got them Lions on the clock at 3.1 or 1.3, excuse me. So a lot of the talk I've seen about the Lions here is that they're probably going to go. Oh, here we go. Shocking. They went cornerback. They got the top cornerback in the leagues or in the draft ratings. So go ahead and add him. Oh, I heard a lot of talk about them trying to trade out of that spot, man. Ohio State got guys going off the board like crazy. Okay, and then we'll add his name as the just picked. Okay, we got him added. Let's find him on a picture here. The Lions, of course, traded that cornerback just a few weeks ago. It just wasn't happy playing for him. And there we go. All right, so while they're in a little break here, I'm going to break just for a second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. We've got Jarek Abiza. Yeah, well, too early for her to go to bed. I'm in Arizona, man, so it's only 5:45 here. But she does a good job of leaving me my space and let me do my stuff. Currently 6 viewers in the chat. Thank you for joining Valhalla Sports Talk today for our little YouTube video of the 2020 NFL Draft. We had some live sports, guys and gals. Finally, something substantive going on in the sports world. So cool that we've got some subscribers tonight for the old channel. Sitting at 99, man. We are at 99. I've been fighting for 100. So one more, and we get to the hundo number. Have to do a video for that if it occurs. But I appreciate you guys checking in. I mean, this is just a deal that I said I want to try to do a YouTube channel, see if I can learn how to do all this stuff. And holy crap, there's a lot involved here. So you gotta learn how to learn the online broadcasting system, and then you gotta mess with the graphics, and you gotta do all this. But my biggest deal is I want to do like live streams during live sporting events where we have just people come in and react to the action on the field. So that's the whole goal of the channel. But man, I started it and then the whole world went to crap. You know, live sports ended. So I'm going to start a channel where we talk about live sports, and then there's going to be no live sports. So here we are, and we're going to make it work. I don't give a dang. I don't give a dang. I'll figure it out. 50. I'm about to be 53 years old here this weekend, and I'm gonna learn how to do it with you young bucks. Figure out how to make this thing work. I got pretty good. I think in 2 months I've managed a lot, so I'll figure it out. But I do thank you folks for checking in, keep me company tonight while we watch this deal. So far, it's gone according to plan, right? I mean, we almost all the mocks you saw had Burrow going to one to the Bengals, and you had Young going to two of the Redskins, unless they traded out of that spot. And now we've got Okuda going to the Lions, which I've got a friend here on YouTube, the Gridiron Blitz, and they're probably running a live stream right now as well. But I think Okuda was his worst nightmare as far as the pick, so he's probably ranting over there. But we'll just rock out here, see what we got. We got a lot of picks here before the Vikes get on the board. Angel Gant says I currently got 100 subs. Really? Holy shit! I got a hundo. Was that you, Angel? If it was, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Oh, Olivia Ramsey. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk, man. Big Valhalla shout out to you, young lady, and appreciate the subscription, and thank you for joining the channel here. Way too cool. That was an exciting moment there. Who's your team, Olivia? You got to tell me. You got to tell me who you're rooting for in this draft here. Tell me you're a Viking fan, Olivia. Tell me you're one of the normal people. Jets. Alrighty, so you guys pick pretty quick here, do you? Another young team out there on the NFL landscape. You got your new quarterback and stud running back that the coach hates, apparently. Giants are on the board here. So now a lot of the talk I've heard with the Giants is Isaiah Simmons, my second draft crush. So I just don't want him going to the Central because this guy's going to be a stud. This is out of the whole draft. This is the guy I think's a Hall of Famer. So, Olivia, you're a Jets fan, so the Giants are on the board. So this is where you hope they do something really bad, draft like the 83rd ranked offensive tackle or punter. All right, pick is in for the Jets. I mean, for the Giants. Excuse me. That means I got to go to work. Oh, they go for the big offensive tackle. Smart play by them. Protect that young quarterback. Just lost the audio on my TV. I don't know if that's everybody. Who did Thomas play for, guys? There he goes, Georgia. Georgia. Okay, I'm going to make the current pick change. And then let's change the picture here as well. Big fella in the house. I know this was a player that the Vikings were looking at really heavily. Oops, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys and gals. So now Miami's sitting there. It's sitting Miami at number 5, I believe. There we go. Andrew Thomas on the board. Olivia says, "Dang, the Bengals got Joe Burrow." I agree, Olivia. I wanted him him to be wearing purple and gold too, but I didn't expect it to happen. So what's Miami going to do here, guys? What are they going to do? Are they going to go Tua here? Because if they don't go Tua, he falls. He's going to fall in this draft. I don't know. Maybe San Diego takes him too, but I don't know why my little ticker's not staying up there. But there it is again. Tua sitting at home there in Hawaii with his parents, and looks like maybe his brothers and sisters or siblings. I think I fixed it, Olivia. I think I just made him go back up there. Are you talking about the ticker that scrolls across? So your question was, why is the name gone? And I think the answer is because I don't know what I'm doing. I think we got it back up there, right? Now, I'm kind of learning this deal, but The problem is I have this thing set up to where when I push a certain key, some things pop up on the screen. But when you're typing in like names and draft pick numbers, it's taking those things off the screen because it does the opposite. So anyway, it's fixed right now. Hang with us, we'll figure it out. So when do the Jets pick here? At 11, huh, Olivia? So who are you wanting at 11, Olivia? Who's the pick in your mock drafts that you've been wanting for the Jets at number 11? Do you need a wide receiver? One of the big four? You don't know the players in the draft? Well, let me tell you, Olivia, there's a ton of talent at the wide receiver position, and I think that's probably one of the biggest needs for the Jets. Without looking at what the people that know what they're talking about are saying, but I'm pretty sure that that's what they need is a legit wideout. I think you guys lost Robbie Anderson, and man, I'm at 100 subscribers. Finally, I said at I can't remember what number we got stuck at. We got stuck at 67, I think it was, and then we've been stuck at 95 all week. So Olivia, you saved us. Yeah, this is a big pick. Kuiper's mentioning how this is a pick that people have been talking about, wondering about what's going to occur right here. Do they go and get Tua here? The Dolphins have three first rounders in this draft. So here we go. Here we go. The pick is in. Whoa, they go QB, man. Tua Tagliavoa, QB out of Auburn or Alabama, excuse me. That probably pissed some folks off. But yep, Tua's going to Miami. So I'm going to update my graphics here, and I have no idea how to spell his name, so we're going to figure that deal out. There we go. Okay, so Tua had issues. Obviously, the hip was the biggest one, but he also had concussion issues and ankle issues with Auburn there. Tagovailoa, Alabama. Done. Okay, so now we're going to update the current pick info. Done. Now let's find a picture of the young man. A lot of talk here that they'll probably leave him and let him redshirt his first year in the NFL. I don't know. I don't think Miami fans are ready to wait for that stuff. I think they're going to see him play right away. righty, so our graphics are up to date there. Brad Wiki checking in. How about a recap for the folks that are late to the party? All right, man. Welcome to the channel. Um, it's gone pretty much according to plan, man. I mean, it's pretty much that was the first pick that was kind of in question there, but Burrow went to the Bengals and Chase Young went to the Redskins. And Akuda went to the Lions, which there was some discussion that the Lions would try to get out of that pick. But Akuda went there, and from there, you had the Giants took Andrew Thomas, the one of the top-rated offensive tackles out of Georgia, and Tua, the quarterback from Alabama, just went to the Dolphins, who have three first-rounders in this draft. So it's kind of going kind of according to most mocks that I've seen. So it's been pretty exciting, though. I mean, it's live sports, something going on. Joseph Hewitt checks in to the chat finally, one of the members of my league that I'm in, the Dynasty League, Fantasy Football League. And he says he thought the Giants would go D for sure. I thought they were taking my boy, man, Simmons. That's who I thought they were going to pick. He's still out there. I want the Vikes to move up right now and get that dude, but they're not going to. We're going to trade down. That's what I have a feeling we're going to do because there's so many talented wideouts in this wide receiver core. I mean, this wide receiver group. Jarek Arizaba says, I thought Tua was going first. Quarterback crazy. I didn't, dude. Burrow is a local kid. That's thought all along if they didn't trade out of that spot and get a ton for him, they were going to pick him at 1.1. Man, unbelievable how this thing's gone so far. Too cool. We got live sports, guys. As bad as things go in the world, live sports is occurring right now. At least something that could have something to do with a real game occurring somewhere in our future. So Joseph Hewitt checks in and says that he thinks Herbert's next. You think he's going to go to San Diego, Joe? Or man, every time I see these pictures of these players, I just feel bad they don't have that moment on the stage with the commissioner. Joseph says yes. Tua's going to San Diego. Olivia checking in says this is the only way we get live sports. That's true. It's the only thing we've had in a long time. Sixth pick on the clock there. I'm not sure what he just said there, but sixth pick is on the clock, and it's the Los Angeles Chargers. At least I got their city right. Everybody can boo when you look at Aaron Rodgers on the screen there. I'll give you bonus points. We don't have a point system, but if we did, I would give you bonus points, and I'll write your name down saying that I like this person that's booing Rodgers. Johnny Manziel, one of my draft crushes, that just flamed to earth. 22 pick in 2014. I remember rushing home from work that night with the draft on the radio, and we passed up on him. I can't remember where the Vikes picked. I think it was like somewhere in the 15 to 18 range, and just livid when I came in the door that we didn't draft Manziel. Kuiper agrees with you, Joe, that he says they're going to go Herbert here. Have you watched any of the videos on my channel? You know I'm not exactly a Justin Herbert fan. That I don't think he's going to do much, but I've been wrong before, obviously, as I just mentioned before, that I was a Manziel-aholic going into his draft. Jarek Arizaba asks, what do you think about the Niners picking up Alex Smith instead of Rodgers? Are you talking about when they were drafted? Well, obviously, in retrospect, it was a bad decision. Joseph asked, dodge a bullet on Manziel. True. All right, we got a pick, guys and gals. And Herbert goes just as my chat predicted. See, we got like NFL experts up in this chat today. All right, so let me update my stuff here, guys. So many responsibilities. I think that's way too high for that dude. That's my prediction. Yeah, I'm afraid too, Joe, that Simmons is about to go. I don't want to see him go. What are we at here? 1.6? All righty, we got a picture. That's my bus pick right here of this whole draft. Let's see if I'm right. Oops. See what happens when I push numbers, guys? All kinds of mess happens on my screen there. And then we've lost the ticker again too. Alrighty, so our graphics package is up to date here. Alrighty, let's catch up on the chat here. So as I mentioned, Joseph Hewitt says the defensive tackle next or Simmons. I agree. Olivia says she's ready for the Jets to pick already. That's how it goes. You have to wait. If your team wins a couple games. Joseph says he's surprised that a trade hasn't occurred yet. I agree. I mean, a lot of those teams that were sitting in the top three there, they had a chance to substantially upgrade their teams, get more darts at the dartboard, right? Detroit at three was mentioned a lot as a team that would trade down, and you know they drafted a cornerback. Is a cornerback going to change your franchise? I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised they haven't traded as well. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the graphics and the names and all that stuff without trades. So I can't even imagine when the trades start how messed up it's going to be. Yeah, Olivia, you're right. I got to remember that every time, because we're in the first round, right? So every time I update that ticker at the top, it's going to go away. So anyway, I'll keep fixing it, and you yell at me if you see it and it's wrong. I don't remember how to do this to make you a mod. Okay, so Olivia, I just made you a mod for my channel. So if I'm out of line, you tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'll try to fix it. And if any riffraff comes in here and starts acting up in the channel, you can do things. I think you can throw them out or send the police to their house or some stuff like that. But you're my second mod on Valhalla Sports Talk. And we'll throw Joseph some moderator rights too. So if anyone comes in here and starts being mean to me, you just throw them out of here. Yeah, I already got you. You're good, Olivia. You're official. I think we like send you checks out monthly or something for that deal, but I don't know how much money it is, but it's probably a ton. It's probably like millions. So Joseph says that it's the Giants, right? They'd be dumb not to pick him here. Simmons is a beast, dude. I think everyone's talking about how the defensive end out of Ohio State, Young, is going to be the best player out of this draft. I think Simmons is. Gridiron Blitz checks in on the channel, says congrats on 100. Thanks, dude. I made it. I made it, man. Appreciate you joining us. I hope your stream's going well over there tonight. Angel Gant says, "Don't kick me out." Yeah, we're not going to kick you out, Angel. Joseph Hewitt checking in says the Panthers. Who we got up on the clock right now, guys? Who's up? That's true. I totally missed it, man. The Panthers are on the clock. So they picked up Teddy. There's been some talk that Love could be the pick here. Hewitt says they're going to pick Simmons. They almost have to, right? You just had Kuechly retire. Seems like an obvious deal to me. Here we go. We got a pick, guys. Ooh, they went with the tackle. They went with the tackle. My guy's still out there, man. Go get him, Vikes. Go get him. All right, let me do my job here, guys. Let me do my job. And Olivia, you tell me if I mess this thing up. All right, here we go. Derek, Derrick Brown, DT, defensive tackle. Auburn, done. All right, let's change the pick. Okay, and let's change the pick. I mean the picture, excuse me. Alrighty, we're going to make this official. Throw the picture up there. Alrighty, and we are caught up here. So Joseph says that was his other guess, was Derek Brown, the defensive tackle. Olivia, you didn't tell me that my ticker wasn't up there. So frustrating. There it goes. I'll be shocked if at the end it's all right again. Maybe I got to change it so it's not a number, but I got to quit using the 9 key. Do you guys know what that is? See, Olivia, that's why you were made a moderator, because keep me straight. Hey, we didn't get our little logo on the picture thing here, so let's fix that too. Currently 9 viewers in the chat. We welcome you to Valhalla Sports Talk, our coverage of the 2020 NFL Draft. If you haven't yet, we do obviously ask you to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscription button. We got 100 today, thanks to Miss Ramsey, Mrs. Ramsey, um, being our 100th subscriber. Oh, the Cardinals are up, picking. Man, Isaiah Simmons comes to the desert. That's where I'm at, guys, Arizona. So he's going to be an Arizona Cardinal, my favorite player in the entire draft. Too cool. Unbelievable. Go ahead and add that. Cardinals got a good player. I think the Cardinals have to be ecstatic that he fell to them. They have to be ecstatic. This is where the NFL's headed, guys. They're headed to these guys that can play multiple positions. No trades still. No trades have occurred during the draft here. Unbelievable. Man, it's going to be fun to watch him. Yeah. Maybe 12. Executive assistant checking in on my liquidity check. I'm almost out of beer, so she didn't try to help me out with that. Man, we're sitting at 1-8, and not a single wide receiver has been drafted yet. And they're loaded. They're absolutely loaded on at wideout in this draft. Nope, it's gone again. Olivia checking me out. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to hang around, Olivia. I won't screw this up. What I have, Olivia, is I have my 9 key on the side of my keyboard. It's set up as hotkeys so I can activate and deactivate things, and it's what I use all the time when I naturally type. So I keep turning it off accidentally. But as long as you keep yelling at me or give me the business, I'll put it back up there. Man, I can't believe my favorite player went to the Cardinals. I had to go up there and watch him. I mean, I've been to the Cardinal Stadium a number of times, and it's a fun time up there. Fun time up in Phoenix, Arizona. Buddy of mine, Troy, that's a huge Cardinal fan. He might pop in here later on, but he should be pretty ecstatic about that pick. So who we got up next here, Joe? I got so many screens open, I don't know where to look. Hey, we just got another subscription from Madison Roach. Thank you. Big Valhalla shout out to you. Shout out. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate the subscription and welcome. Welcome to the 2020 NFL Draft live stream here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Olivia says, that's my girlfriend. Okay, well, bring all them girlfriends. Get them all up in here and let's subscribe to Valhalla Sports Talk. Is she a Jets fan too? Hello, Madison. Valhalla shout out to you. Currently 9 viewers in the chat. Madison, are you a Jets fan like your girlfriend Olivia there? Are you rolling with the Jets? So I mean, it's kind of according to plan. I mean, I didn't see Simmons falling that far, but some mock drafts did show him dropping. Madison puts up a post, and then Olivia, as a mod, immediately retracts it. You don't get to talk. No certain teams for Madison. The Vikings, Madison, are an excellent choice. I'm just going to tell you. We've never won the Super Bowl, but when we do, it should be a pretty big deal. Joseph checks in and says the Jets should get a nice wide receiver. I agree. I mean, they're all there, dude. Who's the best wideout, Joe? In this draft, who's the best wideout? Oh, okay, Olivia. You think Lamb is? I think I agree with you. But Judy's the presumptive, right? I mean, he's the one that everyone talks about being the top guy. I don't think you go wrong with either of the top three. But there's some exciting folks right behind them, in that 5 to 10 range. So We're currently 8 picks into this deal. Jaguars on the clock, and it says that they're currently, the pick is in, so that's about to happen. Madison says, missed 2 of my comments. No, I didn't miss them. I said hello, and you don't root for a team. That's okay. I invited you to join the Vikes. Here we go. Picks in. So the Jaguars take the second-rated QB on the board, C.J. Henderson, the quarterback out of Florida, to replace Ramsey, who they traded away last year to the Rams. Go ahead and get our information caught up here. He's a hell of a player. This is kind of breaking the way the Vikings didn't want it to break, where we've got a lot of cornerbacks going off the board early. But I mean, that was going to happen. Toughest position in the NFL, in my opinion, after quarterback. Okay, current pick. 1.9. And we got to put a picture up. All right, Henderson makes his way up there, and I'm going to turn this deal on before I get in trouble here. Sorry, Olivia. I don't know why it's dropping. I don't know when I'm pushing 1. Are the Browns up already? I don't think so. Oh, they are. All right, the Browns pick is in. Jedrick Wills, the offensive tackle out of Alabama, to the Browns, getting some protection for Baker Mayfield there. Alrighty, so that's up. Alrighty, let me fix this before I get in trouble again. Bam. Yeah, the Browns have to be pretty happy they got him this late. All right, so Wills makes his appearance up on the screen there. What kind of emote you put up there, Olivia? I'm not sure what the hell that is. Is that a little shot at me trying to figure this shit out? All right, I'm gonna step away for just 1 sec. I'll be right back, guys and gals. All right, so Olivia checks in and says she wants the Jets to take a wide receiver. They got to take Judy or Lamb. I mean, Joseph checks in and says he thought Werfs would go before him. I think Werfs is the best guy in the draft as far as the line there. The as you look at all the picks now, as we're through 10, it looks kind of like most of the mocks did one way or the other. I mean, it's kind of close. There's no shockers at this point. There's no Daniel Jones going off the board to the Giants or anything like that. But I don't like that the top two corners are gone. That probably means to me you've got the tackles and the offensive tackles going quick too. So to me, the Vikes got to draft down. They got to trade down from their spots that they're at. We'll see what they do. I'm opening another sarsaparilla. Um, Water, whatever, whatever I'm supposed to be opening. Man, I just look at my no trades, Madison, none at all. Totally, it surprises me too. I thought one of those top three teams would would parlay that spot into huge draft capital because none of them are one player away from winning the Super Bowl. So they're going over Kuiper Jr.'s best available on the board right here for you Jets fans, and Judy is sitting there. He was the 8th overall, and we're at the 10th pick. So he's the one that's he hasn't dropped much, but he's dropped a little bit. So then Irvin checks in talking about how it's the best part of the draft because it's wide receivers, right? Man, I can't believe I'm looking at my channel. I got 100 subscribers here. 102. Holy shit. I'm pretty excited about that. So, my analysts on my channel, because I only have the best folks in my chat, right? They've been talking for 10 minutes now about how they're surprised there's no trade. And now ESPN has just mentioned that they're surprised that there's no trades. So, we're better than ESPN. Just so everybody that happens to watch us later knows, we are ahead of the curve. We're better than these folks that are actually getting paid for this stuff. Joseph says I'd be shocked if the Jets don't take Judy. Me too. Here we go. Pick time. They take Becton, dude. Oh man, good pick though. This dude is a beast. All right, let's get my work done here. I think next year when I do this, I won't make it so I have to do so much stuff between each pick. I just drink beer. Becton, I think, one of the best players in this draft. Tackle out of Louisville. He was one that the Vikes I know had their sights set on, and so I know the my Jets folks out there are not happy about it, but this guy is going to help Sam Darnold a ton. Yeah, the offensive lineman, defensive lineman, they're not sexy picks. They're not exciting, but this guy is going to help the Jets a ton. Oops, I spelled his name right. Wrong there. All righty, let's get back into the comments here since I got my job done here. Todd checks in, says he wanted Becton. I did too. Same thing. Madison was pretty. All right, the Raiders pick is in. Man, it's so weird to see Vegas looking like that, just empty. I grew up in Los Angeles, and the Raiders were their practice facility was in the town that I grew up in and went to high school. So I knew a lot of the Raiders from the '80s. Joseph said Judy's going to fall right in the Raiders' lap. I agree. They've probably already made the pick, dude. They think he's going Lamb though. Here we go. Does anyone else in the chat think that the Raiders' new stadium looks like one of those vacuum cleaners, the little round ones that go around automatic? There he goes. Ruggs. They go Ruggs. They pass up on both Judy and Lamb. That's awesome. Ruggs is going to be legit. Let's get this stuff caught up. Ruggs is a playmaker. Judy dropping on the draft board. Come on, Purple. Go up and get his ass. All right, that was pick 1.12. That's going to make something launch on our screen there, of course. All right, let's get our screen fixed here. All right, so let's get back to the chat here. Some shock here. Judy is going to fall right into the Raiders' lap. Didn't happen, Joseph. So you're kind of like me so far. Your prognostication. Olivia says Olivia Ramsey 937 is my Instagram if you want to check me out. Then Madison gets on me about losing my ticker up on the screen there. It's just going to happen until I get it reset. We're all back to good right now, though, and we're making progress here. I mean, we're getting this thing done quicker after each pick. Getting the right player up there, and we're getting all the things scrolling in the right direction. So pretty happy, and it's all thanks to um, me learning things quicker, and then excellent mods like the newest appointed Olivia Ramsey, who has joined the channel and is keeping me straight. So we're at 102 subscribers. Uh, on a rocket ship to 1,000, where I start making crazy money, thousands and thousands of dollars on YouTube. So I'm going to be rich. It's going to happen. And I'm literally going to be YouTube rich at 53 or 52 years old. Ruggs is literally putting on his draft cap in a bathrobe. so so we don't see that, 3 months ago before all hell breaks loose in the world. Well, we were at 200, now we're back at 100. So easy come, easy go. So who's up on the clock right now? Colts sitting on the clock at 13. What does any need? What do they need? They traded for Rivers, right? Or picked him up in free agency. Hey, our first trade, Tampa Bay's moving up. So Tampa Bay's trading up. It looks like they're probably coming up to get an offensive lineman. So we got our first trade. All right, welcome back, Olivia. So the Vikes need a tackle, and everybody's trading up to get a tackle now. Joseph predicting that Judy's probably going to Denver. Could be right. They need a wideout badly. Man, if Wirfs goes here, this is bad, bad, bad for the Vikes. Sitting there with two picks. If Wirfs goes here, the Vikes have to bail out. They have to get the hell out of the first round. Look at Arians, man. Living that Tampa life. Shorts, lean back. Olivia says, I honestly hope to God the Vikings get someone good. Me too. Me too. I think they should move up to get a wideout here or get the hell out of the first round. Most of the mocks leading up to this, so it's been 3 months of this horse crap, the mock drafts, and the idea that Judy could drop anywhere near where the Vikes could get him, unheard of. Yeah, Hewitt Werfs is going here. They didn't move up for nothing. He's going right here. I can't believe Judy's still out there. At 15, he's free falling, and that's because how deep this draft is at wideout. Don't discount Frisco taking a wideout at 14 either, though. It might not get to Denver. Judy could end up being a 49er. Here we go. Yep. Killing me, man. Killing me. All right, so this was traded, right? So it's 13. So 113 is the pick. And it was the Bucks. Okay, so we got that done. That was probably out of all the offensive linemen, that was probably the biggest one that I wanted to go to the Vikes. At this point, the Vikes either got to come up a little bit and get Judy, or they got to get the hell out of the first. Try to get some capital for next year if you can, to try to come up and get that old blonde bomber out of Clemson. Oh, sorry about that, Olivia. I'll bring it up. I lost them all that one. So here we go. Just one wide receiver in, and the first one off the board was Ruggs. Shocking. Shocking. You just never know. There's always somebody that falls. It wasn't the prediction was that it was going to be one of the quarterbacks like Herbert or Tua, but it has been neither one of them. So Judy's about to find a home in San Francisco here, and they have to be absolutely shocked that he dropped to 1.14. Joseph says Vikings should go up and get Judy or Lamb. I agree. Either one of them. I wouldn't care. Lamb first, I think, but the overriding thought was that Judy was the better prospect, right, of all of them. And I can't. I'm stunned that he's still sitting there. Stunned. I mean, any of the mocks that I participated in or that I looked at, none of them had all these offensive linemen going this early to the different teams, which is bad because that's exactly what the Vikings were after was an offensive lineman in this first round. It, I don't know. I mean, Lamb is such a playmaker, though. Joe, I'm like on the fence between the two of them. I don't know which one I like the most. I'll be happy with either one of them if we can get one of them. And it looks like we're going to be in position to probably do that without doing anything. I just lost everything. Thor. Am I still alive here, guys? My dog, I think, just shut down my stream. Are we still here? Looks like we're okay. Okay. Sometimes my dog will sit down on the power strip there, and for some reason everything just turns off. So hopefully, if we're here, we're still good. I'm showing everything okay, but 49ers, the runner-up for the championship last year, on the clock at 1.14. Currently 8 viewers in the chat. Thank you again for coming in and checking out Valhalla Sports Talk tonight for our coverage of the 2020 NFL Draft. The SKOL Report is where you're at, checking out the coverage this evening. Joseph Hewitt checks in and says, I want my Pats to take AJ Espenza. Not a bad pick. I have a feeling, though, you're about to get you a new quarterback. All right, pick is in. 49ers got to be ecstatic that he dropped that far. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. No, they go Kinlaw. Holy crap. Yeah, I agree with you, Joseph. He has to be going to Denver. I mean, imagine that Frisco defense already unbelievable, right? Unbelievable with the addition of Bosa, because my dog just destroys my stream right now. But 13, Javon Kinlaw, DT, done. Frisco's defense is unbelievably scary at this point. Unbelievably scary. All right, so we got Kinlaw. Let's fix our ticker here. Olivia, Olivia's like a clock, man. she, she's letting me know. All right, we're back in business. All righty, so we're caught up here. Next up on the clock, the Denver Broncos at 1.15. Let's see what they're saying. It looks like as far as who's left out there. So NFL.com showing that you've got CeeDee Lamb, probably the best wideout comparatively left remaining at 6.81 draft grade. So that puts him in, like Pro Bowls, multiple. And then DeAndre Swift out of Georgia sitting there at the next spot with Judy at 6.77 draft grade there. So yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, we're talking about Frisco here, and does Frisco go and pick this running back here? No, Frisco just picked. Okay, so Denver though, same position though. Do they have a legit wide running back on their team? Todd says, "Here we go." Todd, Daryl Pulls checks in and says, "Here we go." So this is probably his Broncos, right? Who's Denver's running back? All right, pick is in for Denver. Judy goes to the Broncos, man. Oh shit. Yep, Todd, they got Judy. I'm shocked he fell that far. But you still got Lamb sitting out there, man. All right, getting everything caught up on the screen here. 1.15. Well, they're talking about how Alabama has two receivers going in the first round here, and I still don't think it's the best one they've got. The best one stayed in school. All right, so Judy's up. We got to bring our ticker back up. There it goes. Yeah, Olivia and Madison, it's going to go off every time I do any updates. I'm not sure why. I'm typing in a one at some point, and that's dropping it. But we'll bring it back when we get it all the picture and everything put back up. So All right, so who's up on the clock here? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? We're all the way through Judy at 15. I don't know why NFL.com hasn't updated that. It's the longest that it's been on any of the picks. Haven't seen Richie Allen come in the chat here. He's a big Bronco fan. That's a huge pick for them. Oh, Joseph, that's right. Melvin Gordon went to Denver, didn't he? I forgot all about that. Todd says he wanted Denver to go tackle there. So the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock here at 1.16. Atlanta just traded for the running back for the Rams. Alrighty, dun 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 dun. Lexi Roach, XELXI ROACH. Come on, Vikes, go up and get Lamb, please. Man, it's been kind of a calm first round, I think. Just the one trade, right? Yeah, Joe, I'm worried about Philly going up there too. They've been very aggressive this offseason. I mean, they signed seems like everybody in free agency. I don't know. NFL.com hasn't updated the Denver pick for some reason. It's the slowest one that they've had so far. All right, so here goes Atlanta. So the Falcons go DB and take AJ Terrell, the cornerback out of Clemson. Clemson and LSU just dominating this first round. I'm not sure what makes the ticker go away, but it's not what I thought it was. Yeah, we're back. All right, so Terrell, the cornerback, goes to Atlanta there, I believe. So the Cowboys on the clock at 1.17 here. What do they need, guys? What do they need? Joseph says they need a cornerback too. True. So everything the Vikes need, they've got two first rounders, mind you, but everything they need is there's been a run already on all of them. There's been a run on offensive linemen. There's been a run on cornerbacks, and we're going to be sitting there at the in the 20s, which is the problem with the Vikes. I mean, we've never been a horrible team, but we've always been just above average. So we sit and draft in the 15s to the 20s, and end up with coming at picking players at the end of runs instead of at the beginning of runs. So we never really seem to get the elite guys unless we hit on them in the second, third, and fourth. So that's why I'm like, get the hell out of the first round at this point. We didn't go up. Either go up and get Lamb right now, or get the hell out of the first. Because I don't want them drafting this Jordan Love schmuck. I don't want any of that crap. Get the hell out of the first. If there's none of these elite offensive tackles, Thomas is gone, right? I mean, he probably went like first or some shit. He went third or fourth to the Giants. Smart pick by them, by the way. Go up and get a guy to protect your quarterback you drafted in the first round last year. Becton's gone. I mean, all the guys, Werfs, all the guys that I loved for the Vikes, that show that we're dropping to them in mock drafts. They're not drafting in the real world, right? So it's these wideouts because um, the wideout class this year is so deep. It's second and third and fourth round talent in this draft. So now we're screwed. We got to get the hell out of the first. Man, Lamb to the Cowboys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lamb reminds me of Percy Harvin. Well, McCarthy, former Packer. I hate the Packers, but former Packer, coaching up the Cowboys now. And supposedly, I've heard that he's got like major control of this team. Obviously, it's Jerry's team, obviously, but yep, Joseph, I agree with you. And he's where's he out of, dude? Where's Lamb play college for? He is shit. It just fell right into Jerry's lap, man. He's like, "Thank you." Son of a biscuit. It just fell right to him. I didn't even think about that Oklahoma connection. Uh, Madison says, how followers you got on Instagram and got 173 followers. Are you asking how I got followers? I don't even know how many I got on Instagram. I put up like 3 pictures. All right, here's a selection for the Cowboys. And they get Lamb, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Holy crap. Urgh! Crap, we got none of them that I liked. None of them. With 2 first rounders, we managed to get none. None of the guys I wanted. Son of a biscuit. God, I'm just livid at this point. So what we're gonna do as Vikings, right? As Rick Spielman, we're gonna go ahead and instead of going up to get a guy that's legit, that we want, that we need, we're gonna sit pat, and then when it gets to us, we're gonna trade back, and we're gonna try to acquire like 85 seventh round draft picks, and then wonder why we're always mediocre. I'm pissed at this point. I'm actually livid. So I mean, Lamb to the Cowboys, please. You got the what's presumably one of the top 3 at the worst, number 1 at the best. Wide receiver sitting out there, and you're going to let an Oklahoma Sooner drop to Jerry Jones. Stupid, man. Madison, Valhalla Sports Talk is on Instagram. I mean, it's not a big deal for us, but I am on there, and I've got a few. I did follow your page. How come Lamb didn't come up on the screen like he was supposed to? Here we go. Let's try to fix that. There he goes. Oh man. So the Dolphins are up with their second pick at 18 here. God, I'm just disgusted, man. No Simmons, none of the offensive tackles, none of the guards, nothing. With 2 picks in the first round, we're just sitting there on our hands. Let's see what Viking Twitter's screaming about. I'm sure they're pretty angry. God, I'm just. Oh man, I'm pissed, man. What the fuck are we doing? Olivia giving her girlfriend some trouble in the chat there. What are we doing? Come on. So who's sitting out there? So at this point, I think we're sitting where all of the folks that were graded, like can't miss, they're gone. They're obviously gone, right? So the highest rank on NFL.com is Swift, the running back out of Georgia. Patrick Queen, the linebacker out of LSU. All you Anthony Barr apologists, we need to replace his ass. But then we're just like in that middle round thing. It's time to bounce out. I mean, there's not anything special sitting out there. None of the ones where we were talking about we have to have this guy. Murray, the linebacker out of Oklahoma, I like him. Yeah, I think right now what you've got going on is you got a lot of teams trying to get the hell out of that first round. But without a doubt, I mean, we didn't get any of the top rated folks, the ones that were rated, like cat miss prospects. They're gone. They are bounced. Joseph says the Vikings could still go get Jay Jefferson from LSU, and he's been mocked a lot to the Vikes, and I like him a lot. But they're saying that he might be a more of a slot receiver than an outside receiver. We need a burner. We needed Lamb or we needed Judy. That's what the Vikes needed, and Rick didn't think it was important enough to go up there. Now you've got guys. I mean, it's not all lost. I don't think we should burn my jerseys or anything like that. But I do wish we were more aggressive, though. I mean, I wish we would go up and get our guy. I mean, you had with Lamb and Judy both falling as far as they did, we could have easily moved up and taken one of those guys to replace Diggs on the outside there. And we just didn't have the sand to do it. That's why we're instead of hoisting Lombardis, we sit in mediocrity for year after year, 30 years later. Lexi Roach checks in and says, "Hey guys, and I'm not a football fan." Well, welcome to the channel anyway, Lexi. And I don't know, I can't put any music on yet for you because they they shut down my channel for that. So anyway, enjoy your visit. All right, pick in. Another tackle off the board. The one from USC. Son of a biscuit. This is just a horrible night for the Vikings. God. Who did Miami pick at number one? I mean, with their first pick. All right, so updating everything here. Jackson. He's probably the guy I mock the most. The Vikes at their pick. They got to get out of this pick. I mean, we are literally in a spot where we're not going to gain anything here. Alrighty, so let's go back to the chat here as I get more and more disgusted with this first round. Joseph says, I bet the Vikings take Mims, maybe, or Pittman in the second. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. That's why I think we need to trade back so we can get maybe two of them. But and then he says, I'm hoping that New England doesn't bite on Love. There's a good chance they do that, man. All right, I'm gonna step away for just 1 sec. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. So I missed that pick, but it looks like the Raiders took Damon Arnett, the cornerback out of Ohio State. So the cornerback run is on. Let's go ahead and fix all this stuff on our graphics side. I think this guy went way too early. So at 18, 1.818, right? No, 1.19, excuse me. Raiders take Damon Arnette, cornerback. Hiostate. Bam, done. Okay, and let's enter the current pick. All right, he was 1.19. All right, so we're getting caught up here. DAMON, ARN. Bam. Okay, so that's caught up. Looks like all our tickers are working. All right, back to the comments there. Joseph says that was a reach. I kind of agree. Um, but they did have some good points on the telecast there. I don't know what's going on, why we're not getting this picture up here. All right, so I think we're all caught up there. Yeah, it's kind of a weird spot right here, Joseph. That's why I think why I've been screaming for the Vikes to get the hell out of here, because this is there was an elite tier um, for like the top, unlike fantasy football, not fantasy football like, but real football like. There was an elite tier for about 11 players that I thought were like locks for to be Pro Bowlers and stuff. And then it gets really deep for the next, I would say, 100, almost 100 picks. Um, so we'll see what happens here, but there's going to be guys moving up and down. But that pick when Lamb went off the board after he sat there for so long and then dropped, um, that was the kind of the end of the elite guys. I mean, I do think DeAndre Swift as a running back is legit, and so there are some running backs that are sitting there, but the NFL teams don't give a shit about running backs anymore. They want to pick them in the third and fourth. So we'll see. Atlanta passing up on Swift at their pick to me means that this might be one of the drafts where we don't have a running back go off the board in the first round. Um, Now, me, I know what's going on, like with the Vikes, and I always want to start a run. I don't want to end a run in any kind of a draft, whether it be real NFL or fantasy football. So I don't want to be the end of a run. I want to be at the beginning of it. So the shocker to me would be the Vikes got two picks here, and if you've got two first rounders, these guys should start or at least be legit, and they should become something for your team. So we know we're not at least if I'm running the Vikes, we don't pay Dalvin big money because, like I said, running backs are devalued. So if you want to shock the system here, you go ahead and you draft um, the running back at this point because the tackles that are left, I don't think are first round grades. So go ahead and get a number one at something at this point. Not punter, obviously, but so Joe says, I bet Swift goes to Kansas City. Totally possible, right? Totally possible. Totally disgusting if it happens, but totally possible. And this is important for you, right? Because you're going to have to decide. You got that number one overall in our league. Um, you know, where, where do you want that guy to go that you're going to draft at number one overall? Because it's pretty likely the first running back name called in this draft is going to be a thirst quencher at the end of our draft, right? Man, I'm icked out, man, at the best available on Kuiper's board there. I mean, ah, here we go, Jacksonville. And then Jacksonville gets the defensive end. It's just like my nightmare today. Absolutely my nightmare. Gah. Chase on to who did he go to? So the longer this goes on, the more I know we're getting the hell out of our picks. We're gonna trade both of them. We're gonna get the hell out of the first round. God, I'm just disgusted. All right, so this is one of them names that is difficult. K. So who's the Eagles gonna snipe for from us before we pick at 20? Because I have a feeling that it's not easy to trade out at this point. CHAI. And there's been no trades of players like from teams that are currently on them. So you got the Jaguars sitting there with a disgruntled player, and he still hasn't been traded. Starting to go fast now. I'm not going to be able to keep up. See, I've got Chason's name spelled wrong here. Madison Rose checks in and says Lexi fell asleep. How could she fall asleep? I mean, this is like riveting TV here. Phew. All right, so who's up? Philadelphia, the pick is up, it says. And they're looking at Justin Jefferson. Are you freaking kidding me? We didn't get like any of the top five wideouts at all. And we're sitting there with two picks. Two picks. Fuck. Man, Twitter has to be on fire. It has to absolutely be on fire right now. We're literally not getting any of the offensive tackles we had projected or wanted. We're not getting any of the wideouts. What a shit show. Oh, man. All right, pick is in. And they get Rager, the wideout out of TCU, who is better than Jefferson, by the way. But this is the guy that's kind of just been the crazy riser the last week or so. That he's a playmaker. All right, let's update everything here. I think the Eagles have improved an immense amount. And the Vikes are on the clock. So I'm trying to update this stuff quick. 1.21 for the Eagles. Carson Wentz overrated. The Minnesota Vikings on the clock with their first of two first round picks. I don't know. It sure doesn't seem like nobody's trading out. I mean, this whole digital thing probably changed a lot of it, but or virtual thing, whatever we're calling that. All right, Rager's up. Looks like we got most of the stuff going. All right, back to the chat here with the Vikings on the clock. And they're saying on NFL.com the pick is in. This is the pick that Minnesota received from Buffalo for Stephon Diggs. Let's see what's sitting out there right now. They're, of course, in a commercial like they always are when the Vikes pick. Maybe that's just me that notices that, but. So, according to NFL.com, the best folks that are still out there are Swift from Georgia, the running back, Patrick Queen, the linebacker out of LSU, which would send a serious message to the most worthless Anthony Barr. Zach Bond is the next one. So it's going to be all through mock draft season. We've seen this Yetur Gross Matos projected to the Vikes and whatever. So that's probably what we're going to end up with. I think you just tell this dude to pound sand and bring Griffin back. But so the next like position player on the offensive side is Jefferson with a 6.46 grade, and Kenneth Murray, the linebacker. So I mean, we're in no man's land, man. We didn't get anything, anything. No offensive line, no wide receiver, legit wide receiver. Madison Roach asks, how many rounds are there today? There's just one round today, um, two tomorrow, and then the rest of them are on Saturday. And Olivia says she thought it was just a 1 day thing. Nope, it's a 3 day thing. So I'm thinking right now Minnesota's desperately on the clock trying to get the hell out of both of these picks in the first round, trying to pick up some capital for next year, and nobody's biting because of the whole fact that it's digital and nobody's in a room where you can grind on them. It's just a matter of nobody can trade out of their picks, so they're going to have to make a pick here. So what the hell we're going to do, I don't know. I just know I don't like it already. Joe, they're saying that New England's on the clock and the Vikes pick is already in, but who knows? Olivia asks if I'll be live every day until this deal's over. I might do a stream tomorrow, Olivia, but I doubt that I'll do one on Saturday. And tomorrow's a maybe. I mean, it might just be a hangout type thing. I'm not going to be trying to move pictures and shit around. I might just drink beer and sit in here and comment as I please. He said, I've not been updating my little counter thing. Are you sure? Joseph, if you guys pick love, I'm going to laugh. He's who I'm hoping for you guys. All right, so Joe, do the Vikes go offense or defense here? If they go defense, I'm going to put on a hard hat. Man, Joe, I hope we go somewhere on offense. I mean, I hope it's Mims or I want to shock the world and go running back here, but because I think Swift's that legit. But Zimmer on the hot seat with me, man. He either wins this year or gets the fuck out of Dodge. I'll check that in a minute, Olivia. See if I can fix it. Hmm. They go with Jefferson, man. I don't know. I think I'm okay with that. A little bit of pressure on that young man. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Olivia. I never changed this. This is a Vikings pick. We traded that after I had made the setup for the draft here. And I'm pretty excited actually about this pick. I think it'll be okay. Even though I think our need was on the offensive side. I mean the line side, but they were on the left. They were gone. Alrighty, back to the comments here. Olivia, I correct the counter there. Thank you so much for watching that. Jefferson, I thought would be him, and Hewitt, you were right. And New England traded. Oh, did you? What do you win for that, Joe? I didn't even look at all the different proposals in that pool. All right, talking about the trade. Patriots trade down, get a second and a third this year for the 23rd overall pick with the Chargers. So the Chargers are going to make the pick here. Picks in. All right, we're ready for the Chargers pick now. I still think you're going to hear that Jordan Love name called for the Patriots, dude. I want to predict Chargers go linebacker here. They take either Murray or the other linebacker that's sitting out there. There he went, Murray, linebacker out of Oklahoma. So I think that would have been a player for the Vikes if they didn't pay Barr all